It's a new
Ultrawides are fantastic. They're amazing for video editors, super immersive for gamers, and just downright damn good looking. There's one big problem though, and that's the price. We're talking $7, $8, $9, sometimes over $1,000 for some of these. And on the other end of the spectrum, you know, with cheaper ultrawides in the, let's say, $200 to $400 range, the majority are rocking 1080p 60 Hz displays, which, trust me, that's a hard pass. Today, though, we're checking out a very affordable 1440p 100 Hz 34-inch ultrawide monitor. This is the Viotek GN34CB.
It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel.
What's good, people? I'm Yeti Machete. Don't forget to subscribe if you're all about that tech life. For those already subscribed, remember, tick that notification bell so you get notified when I upload. Otherwise, YouTube's not even gonna bother to let you know when a video is out. If you really wanna help the channel out, give this video a like. So as always, links to everything mentioned will be down in that description below for your convenience. Now, not wasting any time, let's go ahead and jump into that image quality. Right out of the box, no dead pixels, and thankfully no backlight bleed whatsoever, man. That's all thanks to the VA panel that the GN34CB is equipped with. Now, VA panels produce some truly amazing rich deep blacks, just great overall contrast, and that's here as well. However, VA panels do tend to take a hit in the color and viewing angle departments. I feel that's only like half true here. Viewing angles are fantastic all the way up until you get almost parallel with this monitor. Yeah, sure, you know, colors are less vivid than, let's say, what you would find on an IPS display, but they're no way bad or washed out. I've been genuinely impressed with the colors overall. The preset modes are calibrated really well. Straight out of the box, I found that I didn't really have to tweak any of the settings. Standard mode looks to be the best. More natural looking colors are found here. Works really well for color grading my footage. Now, movie mode seemed to have the best contrast overall with the deepest blacks, and game mode just washed those blacks out, saturate the colors a bit. Overall, I really didn't like the way game mode looked. I tend to just leave everything on standard mode. Alright, so with a screen resolution of 3440 by 1440 and that 21:9 aspect ratio, things go from cake to apple pie. Yes, people, I'm saying that apple pie is better than cake. Fight me. Seriously though, it all makes for so much screen real estate. Everything is just tack sharp. Editing video, you know, I can have my timeline up, my video preview, all of my effects and all my footage, and I find myself not constantly having to scroll through my timeline or zoom in and out, move things around. It really is just a joy to use. Now, this is all great news, but how is it when it comes to gaming? I know a lot of you are wondering that. Short answer is it's amazing, but there's a but. Alright, so most current titles support that 21:9 aspect ratio, and let me tell you, it's a damn good experience. And when they don't just, you know, stretch the image out, when it's done properly, games are really immersive. It actually gives you kind of a bit of an advantage as well. Increasing your field of view in some games, and obviously a wider FOV means better peripheral vision. In shooters, this is clutch. You can also toggle through some, you know, integrated crosshairs with a single press of a button. Now, I can see this being useful in certain games, not necessarily for me, but it's there if you need it. Now, here comes the but. Games that don't support 21:9 end up leaving you with black pillar boxes on either side. You know, this is always the case when hooking up any game console to this monitor. You can only expand the image, which, you know, will break the aspect ratio and will give you a distorted image overall. It's not an enjoyable experience. If you can live with black pillar boxes, you'll be fine. Now, this also applies when watching video that's filmed in that 16:9 aspect ratio. It's the case a lot of the times when consuming, you know, YouTube content. Other than that, all the things mentioned, you couple that with the 100 Hz refresh rate, and you got yourself a solid performer. Now, if you want to, you can even overclock the monitor to squeeze out closer to 120 Hz. Do this at your own risk though, as you can shorten the lifespan of your monitor. If you do want to see a video on how to overclock any monitor, not just this one, leave me a comment, drop a like, and I'll be sure to do that. Now furthermore, you AMD boys are going to be happier than a midget at a miniskirt convention because the Viotek GN34CB offers FreeSync, so say goodbye to screen tearing at no hit towards input lag. Now speaking of that input lag, this ultrawide boasts a low 4 millisecond response time. Super competitive gamers might want to look for something lower. That being said, I couldn't notice any delay when playing, games like Apex and Rainbow Six Siege. Everything felt fast, fluid, no delay whatsoever. It was super enjoyable. I like it. So in a nutshell, yeah, gaming is super dope on this monitor. Me personally though, I found that the ultrawide experience was just as awesome, if not more, for productivity and multitasking. And there's some features that are, baked into this monitor that make this thing a beast. Picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture are both features that utilize that screen real estate and allow you to view content from two inputs and have it displayed side by side or within a smaller window overlaid on top of your current screen. This means you can connect two inputs to your PC and use your ultrawide like a dual monitor setup, or connect any other device up to it. For example, I had my Switch up in picture-in-picture mode, and while I was on my PC, my wife was whooping ass in MK11. Now sure, this isn't a feature that everyone is going to utilize all the time, but it's definitely a nice feature to have, and it's a great way to, utilize that whole entire screen real estate because there's a lot of it. Not everything is on cloud 9 though. I did find myself wanting more. This all stems mainly from the design, like the inputs, which are lacking here. You got your DVI, you got your HDMI, DisplayPort, and audio jack. Bare bones, I do wish there was at least another HDMI port. I also found that lack of any cable management system built into the stand to be disappointing. Actually, the stand as a whole is just kind of meh. It's beefy, sturdy, no problems there, but there's really no adjustments other than tilt. I think height adjustments are a must for any monitor, no exceptions here. Now thankfully a lot of those issues I had were solved simply from mounting the monitor to a VESA stand, although I did run into one little issue. Since the VESA mount holes are recessed a bit, I couldn't mount it at first. I ended up going through the box later that day and realized I needed to install the included extended standoff screws in order to mount this thing properly. Overall, I would say this is a fantastic choice for anyone ready to jump over to that ultra-wide side of things, but isn't looking to, take a mortgage out on their home to be able to get one. 1440p, 34 inches, some nifty features all baked in, even some built-in speakers, which I didn't really cover because you should never rely on your monitor's speakers. Anyway, that wraps her up. Feel free to follow me on all my social media. Links will be in the description down below along with this monitor. If you enjoyed the video, just know that like button does get lonely. Consider subscribing. I'm signing off. Catch you guys in the next one.
It's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.